for the record, anybody joining in, we're going to be talking about all the things that have been happening in pop culture recently. Also, talk a bit about what's been happening in our own lives. And
Yes, and the way we do that is you start. So,
okay,
Chris, how is your? I usually say how has your week been, but it's been a little more than a week this time.
yeah, so a lot of crazy stuff has happened. People in my family got COVID. Me and Monsoon didn't, which is nice.
Really though, you
Which means
guys you guys didn't the whole time.
nope.
That's great.
Yeah. Which is the reason we haven't been streaming in a couple of weeks. But then, plot twist: Anthony gets COVID.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later, but
Yeah.
yeah. I
Uh.
actually currently have it as we talk, as we stream.
Um. So first crazy thing to happen to me while we were
Oh, sorry,
quarantining.
sorry. I should say I want to specify. I did not get COVID from your house.
Yeah.
I got COVID from New York Comic Con. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. First crazy thing that happened while we were in quarantine. I saw Aliens.
Okay.
It
Have you
was
never seen that?
oh no, not the movie in real life.
Oh, you saw real life aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
I
I thought
was
you were like I finally watched James Cameron's Aliens.
no. I saw a bunch of creepy lights in the sky, and
Okay.
gonna stick with me forever. And we got it on film.
Oh.
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
So I was getting out of the hot tub, and
I
my
always
grand
forget. I always forget that you just have a hot tub.
yeah, and I frequent it.
I
Um,
mean, why wouldn't you?
yeah, exactly. So my grandmother called me while I was in there, so I was giving her a call back, and so we're talking on the phone, and I look up at the sky as one does when they're outside. Um, and there's a line of dots, a straight line of dots going right over my house, like lights. Uh, and when I say lights, I mean miles of lights. They just kept going like it was a goddamn parade,
Hmm. But in the
all just
sky.
in the sky.
Hmm.
Um, all the same size, all the same distance between each other, more or less. And at first, I'm keeping my cool. I'm talking to her, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's great. Whatever you're saying." And
Gotta
eventually, I
go.
was
About to be abducted.
well, yeah, eventually, I was just like, honestly, we were on the phone for like 5 minutes, and these lights are still going over my house. And eventually, I was just like, yeah, yeah, there's some shit happening.
So
Um,
they went directly above your house.
oh yeah, we have footage. I don't know if there's a way for us to show it right now. Maybe Pauline can send it to you, and you can show it. Um, she caught the tail end of it. So what happened is I'm out there. We're still in quarantine, by the way. And I'm like trying to throw rocks at my mom's window or something to get her attention because I need somebody else to witness this. I was
Yeah.
like, people are gonna think I'm crazy. Um, so my grandmother was like, I'm gonna go outside and see if I can see it.
Yeah. So we have a first time chat from Slick Rick
Yeah.
2345. Thank you for being here. They say, oh, that was Starlink passing over us around New England. It was cool.
What is Starlink?
I don't know. I'm gonna Google that right now.
Yeah. Also, thank you so much for jumping in chat, Slick Rick. I'd love to find out that these aren't aliens. So I eventually get my mom's attention. She sees it. Pauline comes out to get this. I felt bad because I text Pauline. I was like, "Can you please come out here quick?" And she does eventually come outside, but it was to go get the Grubhub order that she got. And she comes outside, and I'm like, "Pauline," and she's like, "Well, fucking what?" Um, she didn't know what I was talking about, but she came up and she saw the lights. Um, and yeah, it was weird. I'd love to hear that it wasn't aliens though, and it's whatever the Starlink is. But
So
I
I'm Pauline actually just texted me the footage. I'm looking at it now. It's very dark. I can't quite make out what's happening, but I did Google Starlink. And this is what I think. Oh, thinking there's aliens and it's just being Elon Musk is like top tier letdown. It's a satellite internet. Yeah, yeah, that's what I found. So it says Starlink is a satellite internet constellation Operated by American aerospace company SpaceX, providing coverage for 60 countries, it aims for global mobile phone services after 2023. So it seems like it's
So it was satellites.
a huge satellite that provides
That
cell
was
phone
one
coverage.
object. I don't think that was one object. I could understand if it was a group of satellites. That was not. That would think it was like a mile long
I
of
think
lights.
I
That
think
thing,
it was I think it was a bunch of satellites connected because
okay.
you know how Wikipedia has like the one picture for the thing and it like so it says 60. This picture is 60 Starlink satellites stacked together before deployment.
Okay. Because like
It's
that
a
thing.
line of a bunch of satellites. Yeah, so it wasn't one being. It was like not one being. It wasn't one structure. It was like a bunch of small ones
Yeah.
traveling together.
Because that was like Star Destroyer size.
Right,
Like
right.
if that was one thing. Okay, Slick Rick, thank you so much. So false alarm, no aliens.
So it
I'll
was
key.
yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't aliens. It was just your old pal Elon.
Yes, essentially. It was just so bizarre, and it's one of those things where you'd think like my what I was like. I know I'm sitting here saying aliens because we're on a internet show and it's funny to say aliens. Um, in my mind it was like a drone parade or some shit, just
Yeah,
people in
yeah,
the doing drone stuff.
yeah,
But it was just so weird, so clear. I was like, how has the city not told us what's going on?
yeah,
It was just strange. But I'm very glad we had Slick Rick jump in, tell us what's going on. But yeah, it was cool, especially having context to it.
yeah.
It's cooler now. Um, man, what else happened while we were in quarantine? I did beat all 3 Hitman games. I
Nice,
already
good,
talked.
yes, good.
Um, the band, my band, the band, Lines and Lavender, got new T-shirts, which is really
Yes.
exciting. We've actually just about sold out of T-shirts,
Oh,
so
sick.
we get a second shipment, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's always a cool feeling.
yeah, we played a couple of shows this past month. All went really well. Things just going really good in music. You and I, do we want to talk about the secret project we've been working on that's been delayed? Uh,
Oh God, hold on. Sorry, I clicked on a thing and I hold on 1 sec. I'm trying to. No, okay, never mind. Um, oh no, how do I get back? Oh no, how do I get rid of this? Um, oh geez, oh God. Oh there we go. The X was off the screen. That was weird. Okay, can you still hear me?
yeah,
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. That was I forgot I shouldn't click literally anything. I clicked one thing and
that's
it
okay.
ruined. I don't do I want to talk about I mean, we can talk about that it didn't happen, but I feel like, you know.
Well, just the premise of what we're doing. We don't even have to. What I'm thinking is we don't have to even give away any details except what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So, Thunder and Lightning Gaming are making their first ever short film. It's a concept that was created by Thunder, fleshed out by me and Thunder. And we were planning to have it filmed and released by Halloween of this year.
And
Due to
we would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling COVID.
So we are still planning to film by the end of this year, but this film won't come out till next Halloween. So
Yes,
keep an eye out for that.
once again, I have a Halloween project that is delayed an entire year.
But they come out nice when you get that much
Yeah.
time.
That's the only silver lining to this terrible, terrible situation is that now I have a full year to edit it and make it look good. And if we, God forbid, have to do a reshoot, film, yes, a short film.
Yeah.
We haven't filmed anything yet, but based on the script, I'm thinking like what do you say, like 3 to 6 minutes, somewhere in there?
Oh,
Maybe.
I probably, honestly, probably closer to 10, 15.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think so. No more than that. I mean, that's
Okay.
maximum. I'm highballing, but like
Yeah, because we have a
I,
lot of shots, but a lot of them are super short.
the opening one, we're gonna have the opening shot's gonna be like 2.5 minutes, which is cool, of a single shot,
Yeah.
which I'm excited to film. Um, but yeah, we actually, it's thanks to all you who support us here on Thunder and Lightning Twitch who are making this film happen. So we actually might even want to add that into the credits. Give a shout out to those who are subscribed to us,
Yeah, we
because
could try our best to do that. I don't think we have access to that list because of the way
oh,
Twitch works, but we can yeah, we can do something with that.
but thank you. You guys actually funded this film, so we're really gonna put our all into it
And
and try and
this is sort of off the podcast talk, but uh you and I were going to put some of our own money into this, but I don't think we're going to have to now that this became a year-long endeavor.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we'll be solid, but that is on the horizon for Thunder and Lightning Gaming. And
Yeah.
now that we've said that, maybe we'll even post some pictures of and stuff of us filming. But yeah, um, went to King Richard's Fair. That was a lot of fun. Still haven't gotten knighted. That's 2 years in a row. We'll see what next year brings. Um, we went to Salem. That was a mistake, but it was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, that's all the things that have happened to me since last time we did our thing. What about you?
Um yeah, shit has sucked over here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was talking to Kelsey about this. I think this is the worst October of my life. Here's what happened. Here's the timeline of events. I got like super sick like a month ago. I was sick for like 2 straight weeks with something. Still don't know what it was, but I was put out for a while. Um, I finally get better from that, and like, not gonna lie, I never really got all the way better. Like, I had a sore throat for like a good week or two after that. Um, so that's finally um subsiding, and you guys, my D&D players, have really like tried to commit themselves to like sticking to basically a schedule that a schedule change that I really wanted to implement. Um, and uh, not for a lack of trying, we haven't really been doing that because then you got COVID and or
Well,
not
I
you,
didn't.
but your house got COVID, and your house is where we play D&D. So um, and I didn't get upset at all, obviously, because I think I literally told you this. I was like, COVID outbreak of COVID is a perfectly reasonable excuse, right? So we reschedule for after Comic Con. I go to New York Comic Con. Little side tangent. New York Comic Con was fine. Um, just a lot of work. I didn't really do much. Oh, I met yeah, I'll get into that in a sec. I'll talk about New York Comic Con in a sec because I actually did do
Oh,
some cool stuff.
I did have one Comic Con related thing.
Oh,
Uh, my number one person that I want to meet in this entire world got announced for San Francisco Comic Con that's happening Thanksgiving weekend, and I threw a tantrum on top of Pauline.
um, yeah. So what's the verdict? Are you going to that one or?
It, I no,
Yeah.
logistically, it's just not going to happen. I'm going to reach out to
But
that dude though and say, hey, do one over here.
well, that's the thing, and I know he. I was talking to with you about this. I think yesterday, but I know the dude lives in California. But like, if you look at that con, that San Francisco con, it's a bunch of people who have already been at conventions that you and I were at. Like Ewan McGregor was like the big like, whoa, Ewan McGregor's here, and then he was at like 4 different cons over the
Yeah.
last year, including this one. So fingers crossed this is a sign that he'll do more, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I'll talk about New York Comic Con in a sec. So after New York Comic Con, not even literally on the way back from New York Comic Con, I started feeling not okay. I had a 5-hour train ride ahead of me, and by the time I got home, I was completely sick with something. But like it didn't feel like, it just felt like a cold or a flu or whatever. Like it didn't feel like anything super serious. And I even called you on Thursday and I was like, hey, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still sick.
Mm.
Let's do the short film. I'll wear a mask at every second that I'm not on camera, but like, let's do it. I'm going to go take a COVID test as a formality. Oh, it's positive. And then,
Yeah.
and then months of planning for this film, for my D&D campaign, is just gone. I don't get to go to King Richard's Fair. I don't get to film my short film. I don't get to play D&D. I just sit here and then because I didn't think it was COVID and it happened so quickly, I gave my whole house COVID. I'm so glad I didn't give my brother COVID because he was here one day when I was sick. So I'm really glad that didn't happen because he has a job that he can absolutely not do if you have COVID, even a little bit. So I'm glad that he didn't catch it. But yeah, I just like, I don't know. I got like one good day and that was it. And then everything else has been either me sick or someone else sick, or I don't know. It's just sucked. You know, I don't know. But, you know, my whole house is on the back nine or whatever you want to call it, of being sick. I don't feel that sick anymore. I'm obviously still coughing and stuff, but, yeah, I don't know. And you know, like I said, there's a silver lining and everything. We're going to get a full year to work on this project that we were honestly trying to rush, but I think it would have been fine. But other than that, I'm just like, man, I would really like to play D&D or do anything that I was trying to do this month. But yeah, so New York Comic Con, I worked a lot. I didn't take as many like breaks as I normally do. There was only 3 of us, and but I did do a few things. So I actually met a fair number of people. So there was 4 people there I wanted to meet, four quote unquote. And there's only one of those 4 that I didn't get a chance to meet. And that was comic book artist Peach Momoko. Her queue was weird, or you had to like sign up online. So I was like, I'm good. But I met Steven Sabjic, who is the writer and illustrator of Sunstone, but also the Harleen comic. That is one of my favorite comics. Sunstone is like a BDSM positive like romance comic, and DC was basically like, do that but with no sex and no nudity, but for Harley and Joker. So he did that, and it's really, really good. I met Austin St. John, who played the Red Power Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Nice. Do you have him sign your picture?
What happened?
Did you have him sign your picture?
I did, and I'm gonna have
Nice.
I'm gonna have the Black Power Ranger sign that picture at Rhode Island Comic Con. So now the only one I'm missing is Blue. I obviously don't have Yellow, but she died when I was a child.
Yeah.
And
who would have thought that you'd get all of them? I remember you got Kimberly because you were like, yeah, of course I'm going to get her. But, like, that's wild.
Right.
Within a couple of years.
Yeah, and it's even wilder because this picture that I'm having them all sign, that was literally on her table. The only reason I have that picture is because I got it off her table for her to sign. Because if you haven't been to a con, you don't have to bring a thing for them to sign. They have, like, stuff that you can sign. But then I get Jason David Frank's signature, like 2 weeks before he tragically died, which is just like another like crazy like circumstance. But also I met the McElroy brothers from the My Brother and Me podcast. And I did not just meet them. I actually went to their show. So I saw My Brother and Me live, um,
Cool.
which was pretty cool. They upload the live shows, but it's audio only. So being there was pretty cool. They were super nice. I had them sign a comic book that they all wrote. And they talked about how they basically explained that they were like, they gave a list of superheroes to Marvel, and they were like, "Can we use these ones?" And then they were like, "Yeah." And they were explaining how if their comic came out like, or if the writing process for their comic started like even like a month later, then they would have not gotten their whole list because Miles Morales is in their comic, and he's like, ever since Into the Spider-Verse, he's like super off limits for things like that, I
Uh-oh.
guess. So that was pretty cool to hear. And then something cool happened where My Brother and Me Live had an opener. And the opener was Jonathan Colton. I don't know if you know who this is, but Jonathan Colton has been around for a long time. He is, what would you call him? He's like an internet musician. He's not a YouTuber.
Oh, I do know him. Yes.
Yeah, he did the song for Portal, and he did the song for Portal 2, and he did a song a day for a few months. It was like 4 albums, and it was like 80 songs or something. He just like wrote a song a day. And one of my favorite songs of all time is Future Soon by Jonathan Colton. And I didn't know that he was opening. I was like sitting down, and they were like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Colton." I was like, "Oh." And in my head, I was like, what are the odds he plays that song? And he played like 5 songs, and the first 3 songs were like songs I had never heard of. So I was like, okay, he's gonna play new stuff. That's fair. And then he played it. He played the song I wanted him to play. He played Future Soon, and I was
Nice.
like, what are the odds? This is so cool. It was very cool. It was a very cool moment.
Awesome.
So New York Comic Con, big thumbs up. The aftermath of New York Comic Con, worst. Worst.
Really?
Bad. Well, yeah, because COVID and all that stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant like take breakdown and stuff. Well, yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
breakdown. Breakdown had some annoyances, but it always does. But it went smoothly. I went to a new restaurant I've never been to. I went to a Red Lobster.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've ever been there, but I'm sure you've heard of the famous Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. That's like their thing. That they're like one, like,
Okay.
that's like their Big Mac or whatever. You don't even have to order them. They just bring them to you. It's like the popcorn at 99. They're just like, here's some cheddar. We got like 8 Cheddar Bay biscuits, and they were exceptional. And then I got what was it called? It was called garlic linguine Alfredo with Cajun chicken, and it was
Nice.
really good. Best thing I ate all weekend, which is saying a lot because I went to Jollibee in Times Square.
So Red Lobster better than Jollibee?
Well, I guess it's a different, like, one's a sit down
Damn.
restaurant and one's a fast food restaurant, but
I can
Jollibee is
hear
still good.
I can hear Pauline's upset.
It was cool because I don't know if I told you this on the podcast, but once I got back from Los Angeles, where I had Jollibee the first time, I Googled where the closest Jollibee was, and it was in New York, like a 2-hour, 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not going there. I did go there. I ate there. I was just there. Like I was telling this story to my coworkers, and instead of saying 2.5 hours away, I said this one that we're in right now. So it was cool. It was a cool moment.
Nice. You met Chris Evans for me?
I did not meet Chris Evans. No.
You got a autograph from me for Christmas? Is that?
Do you want to know Do you want to know what was interesting about the celebrities at New York Comic Con? Most of them were in like the celebrity room where it's just booths and lines and stuff. But there were some people who were there with like booths. Like the McElroys had their own booth that I went to meet them. Austin St. John was not in the celebrity like part. He was like at the Galactic Productions booth. And there was like kind of no line for him because he was just like hanging out. And then like there was another booth that had it had like Dante Bosco and Daniel Panabaker and Max Middleton. But they like weren't with the other celebrities. It's like come to this booth for I don't know. It was interesting. It seemed like there was a lot more celebrities than I thought there would be, and some of them were like scattered about. Also, I found out afterwards. I didn't have enough money for this anyways, but the Black Power Ranger was there. But I just
Oh, really?
I didn't realize that. I'm gonna meet him at Rhode Island. That was my plan. But yeah, I'm gonna be like, I just met Austin St. John in New York, and he's gonna be like, I was there. What?
Speaking of Rhode Island Comic Con,
Yeah,
this is the craziest amount of celebrities I've ever seen at any single con.
yeah.
And I don't know if you saw this.
Didn't they just announce someone hype today?
Well, Gimli yesterday.
Oh yeah. John Rice Davies.
Yeah, and he's relatively cheap. He is on my list.
What do you mean he's on your list of celebrities you want to one day meet?
Well, he's on my list of people I want to meet at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
A list that like I had to cut in half because holy shit.
Dude, Rikishi's gonna be there.
Yeah, I saw that. I have an action figure of him.
There's so many wrestlers at this convention.
Yeah. No, there's so many everything at this convention. It's insane. I'm kind of happy about it though, because that means hopefully lines will be short. There's got to be 100.
That's what happened. Remember how Rhode Island Comic Con has like the ice rink, and then it has like the room with the celebrities, and then it has the show floor that also has celebrities on it. That secondary room where you met Bowser and I think you met Patrick from SpongeBob, maybe, I'm not sure, but
no.
Oh no, you met Goofy, and you met Bowser. Goofy. That room, that was actually happening. Like there was a couple of people that just had no line. I was like, that's a super famous person. I'm not interested in meeting them, but like if I wanted to, there'd be no line. And it's not like, oh man, does that person not as popular? No, there's so many people that it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a slower lines.
For real. And that's kind of what I'm excited about, because I don't like they announced Marissa Tomei, so immediately that's gonna be the hot ticket person. Which like she's super cool. I don't need to meet her. I've got enough people on this list.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check every Futurama person off this list.
See, that's thing. That's the thing. Marissa Tomei, very cool. If that was it, if it was like Marissa Tomei and a handful of voice actors, I'm in her line day one, you know. But
oh yeah,
but there's so many other like. There's a lot.
I think except for Gimli, whose name is easy to say, but I just escapes my mind every single time.
John Rice Davies.
John Rice Davies.
Or John Reese Davies? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think every single person I'm going to try to meet is a voice actor.
Oh, cool.
I'm just looking at signatures. Yeah. Jim Cummings, cast of Futurama. Oh, no, Kyle Gass. I also want to meet Kyle Gass.
Sorry, I'm silent because I'm looking at the list of... Now I'm just looking at the list of Rhode Island Comic Con people.
It's nuts.
This guy, Daniel Ross, I'm not sure who this is, but they voice Lucky from Lucky Charms and Grimace.
Oh shit!
From McDonald's.
Damn.
Is the entire cast of Breakfast Club there?
Pretty much.
Who's missing? Nobody. They're all there.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, Emilio Estevez is missing.
Oh, okay. But like, that's what I'm talking about. There's so many people we're gonna be at this thing.
Yeah.
That I think lines won't be as hectic as I think they will be.
There's gonna be 5 actors who played Superman,
Yeah,
but not Henry Cavill, to piss me off.
not yet.
They were like, we're gonna have no, dude. They had Superman week. They were like, it's Superman week. 5 days of the week, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on day 5, not Henry Cavill. I was at Anime Central when they were doing that, and my coworker Aaron was like, "It's not gonna be Henry Cavill." I was like, "But what if it was?"
Would you meet him?
What? Yeah, of course I would meet Henry Cavill.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I honestly don't know what I would have him sign, but yeah, I would absolutely meet him. Oh, dude, the main character from what's that show called? Sons of Anarchy is gonna be there.
Yep. Actually, there's gonna be a few people from Sons of Anarchy there.
Nice.
Which is cool. But yeah. Did we have anything else we wanted to talk about our weeks?
I feel like I had a small anecdote, but it is escaping me. I do not know what I was going to talk about, so I think let's move on. And if I remember it and I think it's interesting enough to interrupt you, I'll do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's time to move on to news.
Okay. Number one, most important bit of news, some Thunder and Lightning gaming news.
Oh.
We officially have
a
new streamer. We have a new streamer joining us officially full time.
Hell yeah.
His name is Jimbo. He is my brother-in-law. He is Monsoon's brother.
He has streamed on this channel once before in an emergency situation.
And he's going to be taking over for Thursdays. So that's going to be, he is officially going to be part of the schedule. I think Drizzle and Tsunami are now streaming Saturdays?
Yeah, so I think we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday locked down.
Yep. So,
which is
enjoy
cool.
that. Beyond that, there's been, can you still see me? Am I gone forever?
You are gone and replaced with Penny Parker from Into the Spider-Verse, who is also going to be at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
I'm just looking for news.
I can hear you, but no one can see you right now. They just see a tiny little anime girl.
Oh, 90s kids will love this. Kurt Cobain's daughter, Frances Bean, just got married to Tony Hawk's son.
Oh.
So that's pretty punk.
Isn't it so funny when celebrities who have nothing to do with each other, like didn't 11 from Stranger Things just get married to Bon Jovi's son or something like that?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
It's just like,
it's what?
It's just so like, it's just like, how do you meet? I guess you're both famous, but.
And you'd think, like, do you think at any point they have like an eye roll, like, I can't date this guy, that's too obvious?
What do you mean?
Like, she's Kurt Cobain's daughter, he's Tony Hawk's son, like, eye roll, that's too... yeah, Chris Pratt is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son-in-law.
What? Oh, so Chris Pratt is married to Schwarzenegger's daughter? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
That's a lot of info to take in. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that wild? Thanksgiving dinner. Chris Pratt is with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can only imagine.
Whose mansion are we going to have Thanksgiving dinner at this year?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, disturbing news. Best Buy will reportedly stop selling physical media.
Okay, so so they're just going to sell like cameras and switches and shit?
Yeah. Appliances, it sounds like. They're going to be appliances in video games. Oh, wait. I guess video game consoles.
Yeah.
No. Well, wait. No. Okay, sorry. Wow. I had to switch gears a lot right there. Yes, they would still sell video game consoles, but it sounds like not
So they're no
physical.
longer going to sell DVDs, Blu-rays, or video games,
That's
or CDs. They're dropping all that.
yep.
That is a lot. I'm not entirely surprised. It is happening a bit earlier than I thought it would, but
Mm,
I knew this would happen eventually. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of it happening, but yeah, that is whatever word you used, a bit troubling. Um, yeah, that's that's very interesting. Obviously, Best Buy is one store of many that sells this type of media, but they're obviously like the cornerstone. Like once Best Buy says we're out, how long until everyone else is as well?
right, right. Um, that's yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been dwindling for a long time, but
But
there's
has it been
definitely
dwindling
this.
so much that they have to get rid of all of it?
Well, I can only keep them afloat so much. You know?
Oh, you personally?
Yeah, they've been doing me a favor for long enough. I get it. Um, moving on. Marvel, I'm sure you heard about this. Marvel fires the Daredevil reboots writers and directors.
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, so
That seems pretty late in production based on what I've heard about this show.
yep, it sounds like from what I've heard, from what I've read, they saw the first couple of episodes and were like, we're not putting essentially they were like, we're not putting out another shitty TV show.
Wow.
Um which good for them. It's about time.
Hey, speaking of, have you been watching Loki?
I haven't, but I plan
Dude,
to.
it's it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
I've been really liking it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, obviously, but the third episode. Remember Ant-Man 3, the end credits where with Loki, where he's like, "That's the guy."
Yeah.
That is episode 3 of Loki, and they, because it's a time travel show, they go to a specific point in history that I really care about and am really knowledgeable about, and they do a few different things that I was like, oh, that's so cool, and I would love to talk about it with you.
Okay. We'll
But yeah,
definitely talk.
the show is, I really like the show so far.
Awesome. I will let you know when I watch and I'm caught up.
Yeah, cool.
I'm trying to see what other interesting things I have.
If you're low, I have a bit of news we could get into.
Um,
If you're running on it, if you're running on running low on news.
uh, somebody said one thing I do want to throw out there. Somebody said, uh, Ahsoka. This is I'll give them shit. This is Polygon. Ahsoka season 1 was a massive waste of time and goodwill.
Dude, Polygon, hold on. I have to, give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Sorry, it got hot in my room, so I turned my AC on before stream, and it's been on the whole time, and it got really cold in here. Dude, Polygon fucking sucks. I know I've been a Polygon fan for a while, and I'm still subscribed to them on YouTube. And I will say, even to this day, the video team is different from the like people who write articles and stuff. But like lately, like literally every Polygon article I see, I either don't agree with wholly, or I'm like, this is a useless article. Why did you write this? Or I'm just generally like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with this article?
Yeah, it really feels like they were like just jumping on the train of everybody loves to shit on Star Wars, but the comment section was lighting them up.
Well, because that show, I
Cause
haven't seen it yet, but that show's pretty good, right? Everyone's been really liking it.
Oh, it was fantastic. There's been a meme going around where it's uh Dave Filoni, and it's essentially that meme where it's like him trying to make a new season of Clone Wars without telling Disney he's making a new season of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're uh doing stuff with different email addresses, it was laid out in a format like that kind of meme.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, it was like when you're trying to get a free trial for Netflix with a different email account. That's
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
the meme.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like but it's him, and it's like Dave Filoni just trying to make more Clone Wars and get Disney's approval.
I think that if I
Um,
can, I know this kind of isn't the point of this particular bit of news, but if I can just talk openly about Polygon.com, I think
sure.
that I think that the McElroys, Griffin and Justin McElroy, were on Polygon for like they helped found Polygon. That's how they started as influencers, as YouTubers, right? Um,
Mm.
and a few years ago, they left Polygon, and then shortly after they left, Brian David Gilbert left Polygon, and I feel like since then they have just been like trying their fucking hardest to stay relevant, and you can tell that like the McElroys leave and their YouTube channel is like barren other than BDG stuff, and then BDG leaves and now they have like one YouTube video every 3 months, and then you look at these articles and you're like, you really start to get the sense that like, are you literally just writing articles? Like, I think Polygon has moved on from trying to be a credible news source to writing articles specifically to get clicks regardless of how they get them.
Oh, that's yeah, absolutely. And they're not alone in doing that. Other
Oh, of course, of
uh
course.
yeah.
But
And
I just like I personally like I've been watching Polygon for a while. I've been a fan of Polygon for a while. And I'm still technically subscribed to them on YouTube, but I've just been watching them like article to article, just like finding more of their own feet to shoot themselves in.
yeah, and unfortunately Star Wars has just become low-hanging fruit for people who want to get a bunch of clicks real quick.
Yeah, I mean that's a fucking issue on its own, you know.
Mm.
But
Um
yeah, I don't know about that.
would you like some good news?
I would love some good news.
Toys R Us is making a big comeback, opening 24 retail stores.
Okay. Why?
Um, because we love Toys R Us,
Okay. I
and
just
they've stayed alive just for you and me.
I feel like I don't know. That's very interesting to me.
I will absolutely go to Toys R Us.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, especially if they have the same things they used to have. Um, but that's just
Yeah,
so
you should. You know how easy it would be for me to get the figures that I look for
true.
if there was a Toys R Us available.
True.
We're living in the dark age of for toy collectors.
Right. Um yeah, that's a great point. I didn't think of that. Cuz whenever I think of Toys R Us, I think of their video game section that, as far as I remember, they did away with before they uh, lost everything. And then
Mm.
I think of like tiny little baby toys that obviously we're not going there for. And then I think of like board games. But that's a great point. They obviously have like action figures and pop figures and stuff.
Oh yeah, and Lego. They had
Yeah,
huge.
true.
Um,
Well, do they have Lego still now that there's like Lego has its own store?
well, they don't have anything because they don't have any stores yet.
Right, true, true.
I mean, they literally missed a whole generation of products. So like if they came back, not when these new retail stores come back, what will the product line be? I don't know, but I can promise you there's most likely going to be Star Wars and Marvel stuff in there.
Yeah,
But like you said, Lego has its own store,
right.
so
And they can
who knows?
charge whatever the fuck they want at their their fancy Lego store.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, that's kind of what I'm hoping, because with action figures, at least, there's been a crazy price hike recently, and I'm hoping not that Toys R Us has the muscle to do this yet, but if they do get back on the saddle in a major way, I'm hoping they start uh, really cutting down. And
I don't. I wouldn't get my hopes up just because I think that the action figure price hike is the probably for the same reason that everything else had a recent price hike, which is because of COVID. Everything
no, you're
costs
probably right,
everything
but
cost
they
more after COVID, and then it never went back down.
but figures have been like every 6 months. I can almost promise it's going to go up $5,
Interesting.
which yeah, it's getting pretty ridiculous. And I don't think it's going to be sustainable. If it goes up another $5, I don't think it will be sustainable for people to buy figures.
Yeah, and
So
you think that like a resurgence of places for these a resurgence of shelves for these to be on will mitigate that a little bit.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping. Um,
I mean, you are the
but
you are the expert here when it comes to this stuff, you know?
well, yeah, I mean, 24 retail stores aren't going to change anything. But
Right.
if
But if this is
they do
their way of
24
being
this
like,
year,
yeah, if this is their way of being like, we're back, and more to come, and all that.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, Las Vegas man was arrested for the Tupac Shakur. Oh my God,
No, you got
the
it.
Tupac murder. Shakur. Oh my God, what is wrong with me?
You're
I'll tell you
saying
what's
it
wrong.
right. Tupac
I
Shakur.
haven't.
You're saying it correct.
Okay, I just haven't slept.
No, that's you're fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Um,
Um,
yeah, I did hear about this. Is it like confirmed? Like, is he the prime suspect, or did he like do it and we know that he did it?
well, here's the deal, right? Because you know how much I love conspiracy theories. I've
Yeah.
watched a lot of documentaries about Tupac and Biggie. Uh, I can't confirm yet that this is the guy that they've got, but there's a guy who straight up admitted to being the guy who shot Tupac.
And
In
that guy is not the guy who was just arrested.
oh, I don't know. I can't confirm it.
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't seen what he looks like yet, but um I remember watching those though and just be like they didn't get him for um I forget. There was like a technical reason why they didn't get him, but he was brazen enough to openly admit that he was the guy who shot him. So like I think we've known for a while. I think it's just been how can we pin it to him?
Okay.
Um if assuming that this is the guy, and there was a lot of reason to believe why it was him, besides him just openly admitting that it was. Like he had motive. He was spotted at the scene of the crime, um, and he admits it.
Well, yeah. There's also that.
Um, so yeah, that's wild. Uh, yeah, just wild. Um, oh yeah, Dumbledore died.
Yeah. We Kelsey and I talked
We
about
talked about
that
that.
on the
Oh, I sent
podcast.
that to
Yeah.
you guys. Okay, then I am all caught up.
Cool. Can I? Because I don't think we're gonna do goop because it'd be hard to do with the. Can I see your beautiful face again? By the way.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna do goop because it would be a little too difficult with the setup we have. So
Yeah.
can I talk about the Jax film Sniper Wolf drama? Did you hear about this at all?
No.
Okay, so um I don't have an article in front of me. This is going off memory, but there's not too many details. But The one part I'm a little hazy on is these actual people. So these are YouTubers. Jack's Film is, as far as I can tell, um, like a it seems like he's a variety YouTuber. He does a lot of stuff, but it also seems like he um can get a little like essentially what happened was he made fun of Sniper Wolf, who is another YouTuber, female YouTuber, and um in response to that, she uh drove to his house and filmed the inside of his house live on her Instagram, which is not
That,
okay at
that's
all.
some Nightcrawler movie shit.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you've heard this term before, but it's called doxing. Like if I said your address right now on the internet, I would be doxing you. That's what the term is.
Okay. Okay.
Um so she doxed Jack's Film and his innocent, very innocent, like to the situation wife, by literally going to their house and filming the inside of their house without their permission, essentially. So
I mean, that's got to be illegal. Was she invited into the house, or was she straight up trespassing and just documented her trespassing?
that I don't know. She I didn't watch the footage, but from what I read from because I saw a bunch of tweets from Jack's Films, she was in the house filming their house, filming his wife, and filming him. And basically he went to Twitter and was like furious. He was like, "This is not okay. YouTube, what are you gonna do about this?" And YouTube has done basically nothing. It's not a gray area, but they're treating it like it is because it didn't happen on YouTube. It technically happened on, I think, TikTok or Instagram or something like that. Like it happened off platform, right? So they're like, "What do we do about this?" And literally everyone is like, "Anything, do anything."
Yeah.
So basically, YouTube like responded by like not really like they were like, "Yeah, we did a thing," but they really didn't. They said that they demonetized her, but they only demonetized her most recent video, and that's it. Every other video is still fully monetized. Um, so basically, that's basically the whole story. But just yeah, this she did a really shitty thing, and because what always happens where someone on the internet does a shitty thing, and then the people of the internet take to the past of the internet to see if this person has done anything else shitty. And some stuff has come up about Sniper Wolf, and her being not a great person, and maybe dealing in some, to put it lightly, some pedophilic actions. But yeah, so it's just it not much has happened, but what did happen was like very like serious stuff. And I was just watching this story evolve basically while I was working New York Comic Con. I don't follow Jack's Film. I've seen him in some stuff. I know of him. He seems like a pretty okay guy. Like he seems like a stand-up guy. It seems like the Jack's Films persona is just that. It's like a character, essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's Sniper Wolf seems to be taking it like Sniper Wolf was being very immature about it. I almost forgot about this. This is my favorite part of this story. Sniper Wolf tweeted an apology tweet to Jack's Films, and it was nothing. It was a huge nothing burger. And some people pointed out that apology that she quote unquote wrote was absolutely written by AI. People who know a lot about ChatGPT were like, this was written by ChatGPT. She did not write this. She wrote apologize to Jack's Films into ChatGPT, and it did it for her. So yeah, just a lot of like, this person sounds like the absolute pits. And I hope that something happens. I hope that there's some sort of recompense for her actions, because they seem not great at all.
Yeah. No kidding.
But for the first time in a while, there was drama that I actually cared about, because at least one of the influencers involved was someone I actually knew about. If you remember a few podcasts ago, me complaining about, like, this just in, new drama with two people that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who Sniper Wolf was before this, but yeah, I knew about Jack's films, and I was like, really? I was just such like you see the it's one of those stories where you see the first big news drop about it, and you're like, I know how this ends. She's gonna get mega canceled, and YouTube's gonna get on her ass about this. And then it didn't, and she didn't. It was just like, what's happening? Why aren't like the powers that be more concerned about this terrible thing that happened?
Well, it seems like she's gonna, because now that you mentioned it, I have seen some news articles about this. I have a feeling she's gonna end up exactly where you hope she does.
Hopefully, man. She seems like the absolute pits. And it just sucks because like I'm sure there was a version of this story where she comes out the other end still like successful YouTuber. Like, she realizes what she did, she apologizes, she did all this, she does the, you can be a shithead and then put in the work. And then like with Logan Paul, like Logan Paul was like YouTube public enemy #1, and now he's just like, he's fine. It's fine. He knows what he did wrong, and he like made up for it in a lot of different ways, But she just like, she seems far too immature to deal with this on her own. Clearly she doesn't have like a publicist or something. Every time I go to YouTube in an incognito tab, she's one of the suggested videos. YouTube loves her. Well, yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like they're playing favorites, which is also frustrating because Sniper Wolf, as far as I can tell, is like a 2-3 year old YouTuber, YouTube career. Jack's Films has been around since I was a child. Like, Jack's Films has been around for like 11 plus years. And it's just like, why are you, now I am talking directly to YouTube, like, why are you letting this happen?
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us here on Thunder and Lightning Gaming. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.